So I want to speak about is trading gambling. The reason I say this is because a lot of people speak about it. A lot of people are biased. A lot of people say it's definitely gambling. Then you've got other people saying that it's not gambling, etc. Things like this. So recently I've been dealing with a couple of mentors and I've dealt with one and he was speaking about he's having problems with the outside world, family, friends, whatever, saying that it's gambling, it's gambling, it's gambling. And the simple answer is, well, if you watch this video, you'll find out right at the end, but not really. I'm only joking. You know that one, you watch the video and then I'll tell you right at the end. I'm going to tell you right at the beginning. Now, the answer is simply yes. Now that I've had and hit your dopamine and you've got your answer and your subconscious mind wants to click off the video and say, well, a trader saying that trading is gambling and that's it. I was right or I was wrong. Wait, because what I'm about to share with you and tell you is going to put you in a position where you can be successful as a trader. Or if you're just beginning and you've got these problems with subconscious mindset or adversities, you're going to be able to explain to the outside world and more importantly, to yourself, why trading is gambling, but why it's not your sports gambling, etc., things like that. So this is how it's going to work. Think of a casino. Casino is pure gambling. We know it's gambling. You may have gone to the casino. Most of you in this video, watch this video, have probably had some sort of experience in a casino or, traded your money for a random outcome. Now, if you look at the way that casinos are based, they're based on 4.5% edge, which means for every 100 million that they spend, they know that they're going to get 4.5 million back. Now, that's on average, but that's their edge. That's their statistical, get my words out, edge. That's how they're going to make money. So these big hotels, especially if you go Vegas, these slot machines, etc., things like that. Just think the amount of money that goes through those doors. For every pound, is 4.5% edge to the casino. So even though it's gambling, there is a strategic, mechanical way how they know with an edge that they're going to be up 4.5%. And that's the mindset that we need to have when it comes to trading. Now, what you're going to have is you're going to have the new traders with this subconscious mindset, like I was, and like people that we work with. And by the way, don't worry, I'm not here to sell you anything or anything like that, nothing crazy. There is a free group if you want to get in there. And my personal mentorship is probably not for 99.9% of the people that watch this. It's for serious traders who want to take it to that next level. And that's the high ticket offer. But I'm not here to sell you anything. Please be aware of that. I want you to take this information and go and do the work yourself. So going back to when we first get into trading, the subconscious mindset, we don't want to admit that we're gambling. I'm not a gambler. I don't gamble on sports, even though I used to be involved in sports. I don't gamble, I don't buy lottery tickets, none of that stuff. Horse racing, which is big in the UK, I don't do none of that. Never have done. It's never really interested me. So when I got into trading, I had this mindset that I wasn't a gambler. So I was fighting myself that it wasn't a gambler. And then you've got people who are not traders, and they will say, of course it's gambling. It's a random event. It's random. And that's exactly right. It is a random event. It's a random transaction. Now, every single trade, even with your strategical edge, is a random outcome because it would have to mean that every participant would have to participate at exactly the same time with exactly the same amount of in the trade. Everything would have to be in sync and be replicated from the last time you was in that trade. That's impossible. It's never going to happen because one individual could come into the market, change that and change the outcome with one order. So it's random. But this is where it comes in with the casino mindset. You are going to be the casino. You are not going to be the consumer. You are going to have the statistical edge that if your setup is over a course of 100 trades, that you are up 6%, 5%, whatever it may be. You need to think like the casino starts to think. So yes, each individual trade is a random outcome, but over the course of a time, the variables, you're going to be up a percentage of whatever your strategy or whatever your edge gives you. And that's where people go wrong and traders don't understand. Now, new traders don't see it like this because I didn't see it like that. When I first got into trading, I knew that was statistics, but I didn't know about the variables. I didn't know about the participants. I didn't understand about how many trades or how long I need to be within that. Now, if a casino was to open for a month, probably wouldn't survive because it needs to have longevity and the variables involved in that needs to be 100 hands, 200 hands, 1,000 hands, million hands, whatever it may be, blackjack, poker. Same goes for trading. And for the people who are not into trading and they instantly say, well, it's gambling because it's a random outcome. Can you understand why now they don't understand? Because they don't understand the variables, the longevity, and the statistical mechanical systems that you need to be profitable. So if you are new to trading and you're battling with this subconscious mindset that you're not a gambler, I'm not a gambler, yet you find yourself gambling and you're questioning yourself, are you a gambler? Remember, you are gambling, but there is a method to what you are doing. Like a professional poker player, blackjack player, sports betting company, or sports betting individual. Look at big companies in the UK. How do they make so much money, even if they have to pay out? Because statistically, they know for every 100 million they invest, they may get 50 million back or whatever it may be when it comes to sports betting. I imagine that's very, very high profits. So it's going to be a short video today. I wanted you to understand that trading is gambling. It's as simple as that, okay? And like I said, if you would have watched all this video, it's very, very important that you got the information after the subconscious mindset said, yes, that it is gambling. So how are you going to deal with this if you do have a gambling addiction and you want to get into trading, or you don't have a gambling, but you find yourself gambling? It's all down to the subconscious mindset. And in trading, if you don't work on your mindset, you might as well forget trading. The strategy and all the homework and all knowing the charts and trying to figure out the market is not what's going to make you successful. It is the emotional control, the psychology behind trading as a whole. And one of those things you're going to have to deal with is the acceptance of gambling. Now, you may put a stop loss on and you may say to yourself, well, I'm accepting the risk. The fact of the matter is, if you are dealing with anxiety, if you are uncomfortable, if you are in fear or FOMO while you're in that trade, you fully have not accepted the risk. You've not accepted the gamble. If I was to give you a coin and we had a bet and it was heads or tails, you're comfortable if you lose that because you know that it is purely random. There's no thought process behind what's happening. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Now, when you first come into trading, people do that. If I win, or whatever. If I lose, whatever. This is great. Then you go to the next stage where it's, I don't want to lose. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to lose. So you're playing with the emotions. You're not accepting the risk. Then you get to the stage where you're profitable and you understand that it's quite comfortable that I can lose this time and I could lose the next time. But at the third time I could win. The fourth time I could win. The fifth time I could win, because statistically, my edge, my strategy has the beating of the participants, the market, whatever you want to see, however you want to name who you're trading against, because you're trading against yourself and participants. So remember this, gambling, trading is gambling, but there is a way to do this. And if you can figure that one out, you don't need to be on the side where, oh, it's definitely gambling. You don't need to be on the subconscious minds where, no, it's not gambling. I know exactly what I'm doing. You need to be in the middle, centered, and understand that if I stick to my edge for a long enough period with the variables and control my mindset, I will be successful in this career.